The Farmer Marksman: How One Rice Grower Became a Master of Agricultural Warfare. Welcome back to Hidden Vietnam History, where we uncover the most extraordinary stories of determination and ingenuity from the Vietnam conflict. Tonight we're exploring one of the most unique sniper stories ever documented: a male marksman who was originally a rice farmer and used traditional hunting methods combined with intimate agricultural knowledge to protect his crops from military operations while achieving tactical success through farming-based defensive strategies. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more incredible stories of snipers who found innovative solutions using their civilian backgrounds. Like this video if you want to discover how Vo Thi Long transformed traditional farming knowledge into military tactics, defending his rice fields through hunting techniques that used agricultural terrain to maximum advantage while proving that the greatest military innovations often come from civilian expertise. And let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I love connecting with our global community of precision warfare historians. Now prepare yourself for the most down-to-earth yet remarkable sniper story you'll ever hear, because tonight we're meeting Vo Thi Long, the farmer marksman, whose intimate knowledge of rice paddy cultivation became the foundation for defensive tactics that protected both his crops and his community through agricultural warfare that turned farming into fighting. Chapter 1: The Working Fields. Vo Thi Long was born in 1942 in the village of An Giang in the Mekong Delta, where his family had been cultivating rice for 12 generations and where agricultural knowledge had been passed down through centuries of farmers who understood every aspect of paddy management and crop cultivation. His father, Vo Van Duc, was considered the village's most successful rice farmer, whose expertise in water management, soil preparation, and crop timing had made him wealthy by local standards, while his agricultural innovations had increased yields beyond what neighboring farms could achieve. Long's childhood was spent learning every aspect of rice cultivation, including seasonal timing, water level management, soil conditions, and pest control, while his intimate knowledge of agricultural processes would prove crucial for military applications that no conventional training could provide. By age 20, Long had developed comprehensive understanding of agricultural terrain that included knowing how water levels affected movement, which areas provided optimal concealment, and how seasonal changes influenced tactical opportunities throughout the farming calendar. When American military operations began affecting agricultural areas throughout the Mekong Delta, Long's rice fields became strategically important as their location provided observation points over major transportation routes, while agricultural terrain offered unique defensive advantages. Long's transition from peaceful farmer to defensive marksman occurred when American forces began requisitioning rice fields for military purposes, while helicopter operations and ground patrols disrupted farming activities that represented his family's livelihood and cultural heritage. His decision to accept sniper training was motivated by desire to protect his agricultural investment and community's food production, while his farming background provided tactical knowledge that exceeded what conventional military training could accomplish through standard procedures. Chapter 2: The Agricultural Arsenal. Long's sniper training revealed that his agricultural knowledge provided tactical advantages that exceeded what conventional military terrain analysis could accomplish, while his understanding of rice paddy systems created defensive opportunities unavailable to traditionally trained marksmen. His agricultural expertise included comprehensive knowledge of water management systems that could be manipulated for tactical advantage, while his understanding of seasonal flooding patterns enabled prediction of optimal defensive positions throughout the agricultural calendar. Long discovered that rice paddies provided natural camouflage and concealment opportunities that exceeded what conventional military training recognized, while his farming experience enabled movement through agricultural terrain that would challenge personnel without agricultural background. His knowledge of agricultural timing enabled prediction of enemy operational patterns, while American forces often scheduled military activities according to agricultural seasons that Long could anticipate through his farming experience and crop management expertise. Long's understanding of rice paddy construction included knowledge of drainage systems and water control mechanisms that could be utilized for tactical advantage, while his agricultural engineering experience enabled terrain modification that enhanced defensive capabilities. His farming expertise included pest control techniques that could be adapted for military applications, while his knowledge of agricultural chemicals and timing provided tactical options that conventional military training didn't recognize or utilize. Most importantly, Long's agricultural knowledge included understanding of local community patterns and farming schedules that enabled coordination with civilian agriculture while maintaining food production despite military operations and tactical requirements. Chapter 3: The Paddy Positions. Long established shooting positions throughout his rice fields that utilized agricultural terrain features for optimal concealment and fields of fire, while his farming knowledge enabled construction of hides that appeared to be normal agricultural structures and equipment. His primary position was constructed within a traditional irrigation control structure that provided excellent observation while appearing to be normal agricultural infrastructure that American forces wouldn't recognize as potential military positions. Long's secondary positions included concealment within rice storage facilities and grain drying areas, while his agricultural knowledge enabled creation of hides that utilized normal farming activities and seasonal agricultural work to maintain operational security. His position rotation utilized knowledge of agricultural timing and seasonal work patterns, while his movement between shooting positions corresponded with normal farming activities that provided cover for tactical repositioning and equipment movement. Long's agricultural positions provided tactical advantages that included elevated observation from grain storage structures, concealment within irrigation systems, and camouflage using agricultural materials that exceeded what conventional military camouflage could accomplish. His farming expertise enabled construction of positions that could withstand seasonal flooding while remaining operational during monsoon conditions that would compromise conventional military positions and equipment. Most significantly, Long's agricultural positions were supported by local farming community who understood that protecting rice fields from military disruption served community interests, while agricultural terrain knowledge was shared among local farmers. Chapter 4: The Water Warrior. Long's most innovative tactical capability involved manipulation of rice paddy water levels and irrigation systems that could create tactical advantages while using agricultural knowledge to control terrain characteristics that affected enemy movement and operational capability. His water management expertise enabled flooding of specific areas to channelize enemy movement while creating obstacles that forced American patrols into predetermined routes where Long could achieve optimal shooting solutions and tactical advantage. Long's irrigation manipulation included ability to drain or flood individual paddies while controlling water flow through traditional agricultural systems that American forces couldn't understand or predict without intimate agricultural knowledge. His agricultural engineering enabled creation of hidden obstacles and movement barriers while utilizing traditional farming techniques that could modify terrain characteristics without revealing defensive preparations to enemy surveillance and reconnaissance. Long's water warfare included techniques for creating muddy conditions that would slow enemy movement while providing stable shooting positions for himself through agricultural knowledge that enabled optimal positioning despite challenging terrain conditions. His seasonal water management coordinated with monsoon patterns and agricultural requirements, while tactical flooding and drainage operations enhanced defensive capabilities without compromising essential agricultural production and community food security. The water warrior techniques demonstrated that agricultural expertise could provide tactical capabilities that exceeded what conventional military engineering could accomplish while maintaining agricultural productivity and community support for defensive operations. Chapter 5. The crop camouflage. Long's agricultural camouflage techniques utilized growing rice crops and seasonal farming activities to provide concealment that exceeded what conventional military camouflage could accomplish while maintaining normal agricultural appearance and productivity. His camouflage innovations included positioning within growing rice fields that provided natural concealment, while agricultural timing enabled movement and positioning that corresponded with normal farming activities and seasonal crop management. Long's crop management techniques included selective harvesting and planting that could create sight lines and fields of fire while maintaining agricultural appearance that wouldn't reveal defensive preparations to enemy surveillance and intelligence gathering. His agricultural camouflage utilized seasonal crop growth patterns while timing tactical activities to correspond with normal farming schedules that provided cover for movement and positioning without compromising agricultural production. Long's expertise included use of agricultural equipment and farming tools as camouflage, while his positions could be concealed within normal farming infrastructure that American forces wouldn't recognize as potential military positions and defensive installations. His seasonal camouflage adapted to agricultural calendar, while rice growth provided changing concealment opportunities that Long could utilize through intimate knowledge of crop development and seasonal farming patterns. The crop camouflage techniques enabled Long to remain undetected despite operating in areas with high enemy activity, while agricultural knowledge provided concealment options that exceeded what conventional military training could recognize or counter. Chapter 6. The Community Shield. Long's defensive operations protected not only his personal rice fields, but created a protective shield around the entire agricultural community, while his tactics ensured that farming activities could continue despite military operations and enemy presence. His community protection included coordination with other farmers and agricultural workers, while his tactical positioning provided security for agricultural activities that represented the economic foundation of local community survival and prosperity. Long's agricultural defense enabled continued rice production that fed local villages, while his tactical success prevented military operations from completely disrupting agricultural activities that were essential for civilian survival and community stability. His protective tactics included early warning systems that utilized agricultural work patterns, while community coordination enabled civilian farmers to continue essential agricultural activities despite military operations and tactical situations. Long's community shield protected agricultural infrastructure, including irrigation systems, grain storage facilities, and processing equipment, while his defensive success preserved agricultural capacity that exceeded purely military tactical objectives. His agricultural protection included preventing damage to rice fields during critical growing seasons, while tactical timing coordinated with agricultural calendar to minimize disruption of essential farming activities and crop development. The community shield demonstrated that individual defensive capability could protect entire agricultural communities, while Long's farming expertise enabled tactical success that preserved civilian livelihood and food production capacity. Chapter 7. The Seasonal Warfare. Long's agricultural calendar determined tactical operations, while seasonal farming requirements influenced defensive timing and strategic planning that coordinated military activities with agricultural needs and community survival requirements. His seasonal tactics included taking advantage of planting and harvesting periods that provided optimal concealment, while agricultural timing enabled tactical activities that corresponded with legitimate farming activities and normal community work patterns. Long's agricultural warfare adapted to monsoon seasons and flooding patterns, while his farming expertise enabled continued operations during environmental conditions that would challenge conventional military activities and tactical positioning. His seasonal positioning utilized agricultural work schedules, while farming activities provided cover for tactical movement and equipment positioning that maintained operational security without compromising essential agricultural productivity. Long's agricultural timing included coordination with rice cultivation calendar, while tactical activities were scheduled to complement farming requirements that ensured continued food production and community economic stability. His seasonal warfare demonstrated that agricultural knowledge could enhance military effectiveness, while farming expertise provided tactical advantages that exceeded what conventional military training could accomplish through standard seasonal planning. The seasonal approach proved that agricultural cycles could be integrated with military operations, while Long's farming expertise enabled tactical success that preserved both defensive objectives and essential agricultural production. Chapter 8. The Hunting Heritage. Long's traditional hunting background provided marksmanship foundation that was enhanced by agricultural terrain knowledge, while his hunting experience in rice paddies had developed skills that exceeded what conventional military training could provide through standard programs. His hunting expertise included tracking and observation skills that were adapted for military application, while agricultural terrain knowledge enabled hunting techniques that utilized farming areas for optimal concealment and tactical advantage. Long's traditional hunting methods included patience and environmental awareness that exceeded what conventional sniper training emphasized, while agricultural experience provided understanding of animal behavior and terrain characteristics that enhanced military effectiveness. His hunting heritage included weapon maintenance and ammunition conservation techniques that were valuable for extended operations, while agricultural knowledge enabled resource management that sustained tactical activities without external supply support. Long's hunting skills included movement and concealment techniques that were enhanced by agricultural terrain knowledge, while farming experience provided understanding of environmental factors that influenced hunting success and military effectiveness. His traditional hunting wisdom included timing and positioning techniques that could be applied to military targets, while agricultural knowledge enabled prediction of enemy behavior through understanding of terrain characteristics and environmental factors. The hunting heritage combined with agricultural expertise created tactical capabilities that exceeded what either conventional hunting or military training could provide, while Long's unique background enabled innovations that surpassed standard tactical doctrine. Chapter 9. The Agricultural Intelligence. Long's farming network provided intelligence gathering capabilities that exceeded what conventional military reconnaissance could accomplish, while agricultural community connections enabled information sharing that enhanced tactical awareness and defensive planning. His agricultural contacts included farmers throughout the region whose normal activities provided observation of enemy movements, while agricultural work patterns enabled intelligence gathering that appeared to be legitimate farming activities. Long's community network included agricultural workers who could provide information about enemy activities, while farming connections enabled coordination that exceeded what conventional military communication could accomplish through normal channels. His agricultural intelligence included knowledge of transportation routes and supply movements, while farming community awareness provided information about enemy logistics and operational planning that exceeded what conventional reconnaissance could gather. Long's farming network enabled early warning about enemy operations, while agricultural coordination provided tactical information that enhanced defensive planning and operational effectiveness throughout the regional farming community. His agricultural intelligence gathering included monitoring of enemy effects on farming activities, while community information sharing enabled tactical adaptation that preserved both defensive capability and essential agricultural production. The Agricultural Intelligence Network demonstrated that farming communities could provide military information, while Long's agricultural connections enabled intelligence gathering that exceeded what conventional military reconnaissance could accomplish. Chapter 10: The Victory Harvest. Long's agricultural defensive campaign achieved tactical success that preserved rice field productivity, while demonstrating that farming expertise could create military capabilities that protected both agricultural communities and strategic agricultural production. His defensive success included maintaining agricultural productivity that fed local communities, while tactical achievements prevented military operations from disrupting essential farming activities that represented civilian survival and economic stability. Long's agricultural warfare proved that farming knowledge could enhance military effectiveness, while his tactical innovations demonstrated that civilian expertise could create defensive capabilities that exceeded what conventional military training could provide. His victory included protection of agricultural infrastructure and farming capacity, while tactical success enabled continued rice production that sustained local communities despite military operations and enemy activities throughout the region. Long's agricultural achievement included preservation of traditional farming methods, while his tactical success demonstrated that agricultural knowledge could provide military advantages that exceeded what conventional terrain analysis could accomplish. His successful campaign proved that agricultural communities could maintain productivity despite military operations, while Long's farming expertise enabled defensive success that protected both military objectives and essential civilian agriculture. The victory harvest represented triumph of agricultural knowledge over military disruption, while Long's tactical achievements demonstrated that farming expertise could create capabilities that exceeded what conventional military training could provide through standard procedures. Epilogue: The Farmer's Legacy. Vo Thi Long completed his defensive campaign with tactical success that preserved agricultural productivity, while demonstrating that farming expertise could create military capabilities that protected both crops and communities through innovative application of agricultural knowledge. His agricultural tactics influenced understanding of terrain utilization and civilian expertise, while proving that traditional knowledge could enhance military effectiveness through applications that exceeded what conventional training could provide. Long's techniques established precedents for agricultural warfare, while his farming innovations demonstrated that civilian skills could create tactical advantages that surpassed what standard military doctrine could accomplish through conventional procedures. His tactical legacy included preservation of agricultural communities, while Long's defensive success proved that farming expertise could provide military capabilities that exceeded what conventional training could accomplish through normal programs. Modern military training includes analysis of Long's agricultural techniques, while terrain utilization continues advancing through methods that recognize civilian expertise and traditional knowledge as valuable tactical resources. Long's story demonstrates that military innovation often emerges from civilian backgrounds, while proving that traditional skills can enhance defensive capability through applications that exceed what conventional military training can provide. Today, agricultural warfare principles continue influencing military doctrine, while Long's farming techniques provide examples of how civilian expertise can create tactical advantages that exceed what standard military training accomplishes. His legacy includes both preservation of agricultural communities and demonstration that farming knowledge can provide military capabilities, while proving that traditional expertise enhances tactical effectiveness beyond conventional limitations. The farmer marksman achieved tactical success through agricultural expertise, while proving that the greatest military innovations often emerge from civilian knowledge that exceeds what conventional training can provide through standard procedures.